As we all know now, the Oklahoma City Thunder has been eliminated by the Utah Jazz. Now we can kind of, put a cap on the season and go back and, analyze and see what happened. In my view, just like Allen Iverson, which I liked Allen Iverson back in the day, but just like Allen Iverson, Russell Westbrook has to be the center of attention. He cannot play with other stars because Allen Iverson, he had guys like Jerry Stackhouse, he had guys like Chris Webber, he had Iguodala. When Iguodala was, he got drafted by Philly, he was a young player. He had guys like Larry Hughes. He could not play with those guys. They had to bring in third tier and fourth tier guys to play with Allen Iverson, and the understanding that Allen Iverson will be taking all the shots or majority of the shots. So, and those guys like Eric Snow and all those guys played defense, and Lynch and those guys played defense, and Mutombo and allowed Allen Iverson to deal with the offense and just go out there and play playground offense and not be accountable for passing the ball to those guys. And those guys was happy because he did take them to an NBA Finals when they lost to they ended up losing to the Lakers. They won the first game, but they ended up losing to the Lakers. But nevertheless, that's the kind of team that Oklahoma City Thunder will have to build around Russell because he cannot play with other guys. He can't play with other guys with big egos and need the ball because it's never going to work. And it's not going to work as long as his mentality is what it is right now. Right now, Russell, and maybe through the rest of his career, through the duration of his career, he may be the same way. He has an attitude that he can do it on his own. But we all know no one can do it on his own. Jordan didn't do it on his own. Larry Bird didn't do it on his own. LeBron didn't do it on his own. Shaq did not do it on his own. And Bill Russell didn't do it on his own. So we know you cannot do it on your own. But if Russell going to continue playing like this, he will continue bowing out in the first round. And it's unfortunate because he has some great players on his team. Now I'm not going to make him responsible for the James Harden thing because that was more of a money thing. James Harden wanted to get paid, and at the time Oklahoma City Thunder could not pay him. They're a low market team, so they could not pay him. But I do blame him for the Kevin Durant debacle, simply because he was trying to be the alpha, offensive-minded guy on the team, and Kevin Durant just was better. And Russell Westbrook shot too much. He's really a combo guard. He's really a shooting guard in the point guard's body. That's how the NBA is right now. Got guys like Kyrie and Russell Westbrook and John Wall and those type of guys. Even though John Wall will pass the ball a little bit more than those guys first, but this is the era of the combo guard. So a lot of these guys, they don't understand on how to play pure point guard and getting the other team involved and running the offense and directing guys where they need to be, and more importantly, getting guys shots in their sweet spots. Like a Rondo. I think Rondo and Chris Paul is the last couple point guards that's left that actually, runs the offense and get guys in the correct spots. But Russell Westbrook, he's not at that point. I believe, maybe he will after he start losing his athletic ability. Maybe he will, come down a little bit. But in this series right here, Russell Westbrook, he just tried to do it on his own. He took 43 shots the last game. Look, your point guard or your primary ball handler cannot take 43 shots. Period. That just can't happen because no other guys are in the floor of the game. See, I know people look at like, oh, Michael Jordan took a lot of shots early in his career, but then when Phil Jackson came in, he implemented the triangle offense to get the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands, and even up, not the shots really, but even up the touches. Because when guys feel like they touching the ball, they feel like they're in the game. If guys don't touch the ball, they feel like they're not even part of the team. So Michael Jordan was upset when the offense changed because he knew he wasn't going to get the ball that much. But Phil Jackson came in, put a system in, and then Michael Jordan started winning. He still was able to get his touches. He was still able to, get his numbers, but it was more efficient. He was shooting, instead of shooting 30 times and getting 30 points, he was shooting 20-something times and getting 30 points, 35 points. And it made him more efficient, made the offense run. It got other people involved. Scottie Pippen was able to grow. Horace Grant was able to grow. And the team, it functioned better. Well, Russell Westbrook, they gonna have to fire Billy Donovan. I don't, call for people's jobs, but that man he cannot coach Russell. Somebody gonna have to come in and put a real offense in for Russell Westbrook. He gonna have to have a real offense put in to put him in a place, a mindset to where he has to play point guard, because like Isaiah Thomas in the beginning of his career with Detroit, he was scoring a lot of points. Chuck Daly came in, told Isaiah, look, we got to get everybody involved. Isaiah took a step back. Instead of averaging 25, 26 points a game, he was averaging 18 and 9. And that's what Russell Westbrook got to do. He has to go down from averaging whatever he averaging it now, 28, 29 points. He got to go down to 19, 18 points, and with 16, 17, 18 shots. He got to become more efficient. He has to get everybody involved. But until he does that, no stars is going to play with him. Look at Paul George is gone after this year. Carmelo Anthony, he may opt in because of the money, but he may leave, because Russell Westbrook is not going to be a guy that other stars can play with. It's just unfortunate that's the way he plays. Yeah, we always have guys like this in every basketball era that come along that kind of like absorbs the ball to themselves. But Carmelo Anthony himself, he's a ball stopper. He was known for in Denver. When he get the ball, it's like a black hole. It doesn't come out. So I know Stephen A. was saying that they can beat Golden State. And I know other people were saying they can beat Golden State. I never thought that, because during the season, they had too many ebbs and flows during the season, and they never came together. Unlike other big threes, they can never figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. And with the Celtics' big three, with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce all came together, they all understood it was Paul Pierce's team, and they were going to work off of Paul Pierce. Ray Allen was a shooter, slasher. Kevin Garnett was the rim protector and, hitting the 15-footer. And then when you go to Miami, they didn't win that first year with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, because they had to figure it out. It took them a year to figure out, but they figured it out and said, Dwayne Wade said, okay, yes, this is my team, but you have to be the man that leads us, told LeBron James that, and then they won 2 titles. And then when you go to teams like Golden State, even though Golden State they drafted Curry, Draymond, and Klay Thompson, and they added Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant fits in that offense perfectly, because that offense is not a ball-dominant offense on one person. People, they have a lot of movement, a lot of motion, a lot of passing. So Kevin Durant was perfect in that system. I don't think Kevin Durant is going to leave. I know some people say that he may play with LeBron, but I don't think he will leave, because I think Kevin Durant knows that he can possibly win more titles than LeBron if he stay with Golden State, and maybe have a better legacy than LeBron. So I don't see him leaving that team. But Russell, no one can play with Russell. I mean, you got to have a special group of guys to play with Russell Westbrook. And everybody's so enamored with the triple-double, but I'm not that excited about the triple-double. If you don't win, I don't care about numbers. Numbers mean nothing to me. It's just empty calories. If you don't win, then why are we talking about your numbers? It's just like last year when LeBron James got gentleman swept by Golden State 5-1. Everybody talked about how he averaged a triple-double for the first time in the finals. Who cares? He didn't win. So that means his triple-double was all for naught because he didn't win. I don't care. I don't know why people talk about numbers. See, the numbers are there, yes, to decide, who played well, who didn't play well. But ultimately, it's about winning. And if you don't win, the numbers mean nothing. So, like I said, Russell Westbrook, he's gonna have to learn the hard way. Maybe he don't care. Maybe he doesn't want to win in a way that everybody thinks it's best for him. Maybe he want to win his way, and he gonna keep on hitting that brick wall, because there's too many powerful teams in the West, especially for him to get around and get through playing the way he plays. You got Golden State. We know Golden State. You got Houston. You got Minnesota Timberwolves. You got the Jazz, who just knocked them out. So you got teams over there that have smart coaches, and they have smart players. And the way Russell is playing, it's not gonna work. But let me know what y'all think. Hey, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm out.